A very good evening to you. Let me just turn the lights on. So, I'm hoping we are live. I'm trying to do it differently this time. So let me know if you can see me in the chat. I'm coming in sort of a different way. It says it's streaming, so we should be okay. Hopefully. So tonight I have been sort of raiding my stash and looking at all sorts of different things. I wanted to have a different session because we're going to be breaking up for the summer, and then well, I'm still going to be taking beads away with him. Good evening, Janice. So I would like to have a bit more, I thought maybe I'll get some samples out and have a bit more interactive session to make a plan what we really want to design and what sort of techniques, make notes, what, you know, make a little bit of plan for everybody. Let me just quickly post the link on Facebook so people can join us, because I didn't do the scheduling. It's for some reason I don't know what's going on with this. Like the other night I couldn't come on live at all. It just said no. Let me just get this. Like the other night I couldn't. There we go. Just want to get a link from here, and I'm just going to quickly post it on Facebook. So how's everybody? How's your week been? Do let me know what you've been up to, what you've been doing. Right, okay, so I would like to, oh, this is all changed again. This, hold on. Hopefully it will be okay. There we go. Right, okay, so let me know that one. I don't know, it's all switching and doing. Good evening, Dulce, Cherry, good evening, Gail, Lisa. Jenny saying it's been good, thanks. Enjoys the tea light holder this morning. Yeah, I really love those as well. I think it's so important to do home decor as well as doing, you know, regular beadwork, because I really do like to have things on the table and kind of just admire them, and you know, on the coffee table, for example. And it's nice to have one or two sort of beaded item, and especially like when you have got celebrations, it's really great to have sort of like, there we go. Okay, cool. Posted it on Facebook. So coming back. Made a pleasant change. Yeah, absolutely. Good evening, Tracy. Nice to see you here. So, okay, so there's two things we could do tonight. We could look at different stitches, and I can show you like all sorts of different samples we've been doing over the last couple of years. And I need your input, like what sort of, what do you like? What do you want to explore? And we can make kind of a plan for the autumn, really, because I like to work in sort of 3 months blocks. And it's usually in July I decide kind of what we're going to be doing in September, October and November, December as well. Well, one part of December. So kind of making like a plan. What would you like to see, and what would you like to for us to make and design? And you know, we can play with all sorts of different beads. So I need all of your ideas, and yeah, and if you're watching this on replay, you can comment afterwards as well. So I'm going to get some samples out, and then I'm going to shut this. Roxy, no, she's right behind me, and I'm so careful because I don't want to sort of roll back with the chair and roll on her. But I want to look at all sorts of different stitches. So probably it will be nice and informational for everybody as well. I'm going to turn you down to the mat. There we go. And I'm going to grab my trays out and show you samples, but made before with different colors and different variations, and then we can come up with something where we can do things together. Janice is saying, would you like to explore the bugle beads more, please? Yeah, absolutely. I do love bugle beads, and the next Bobo class is going to be with bugles, because I think they are so underused. They own right. There's so many different designs we could do. We did Russian spirals with this one a long time ago, and they were really great. But I actually got like hex cuts here in spiral staircase as well. So I'm just gonna show you some samples, and we're gonna go through all the different styles, and I really need you to be honest and tell me sort of what you think. So spiral staircases I have done, so it's going to be like a little bit of a show and tell, I guess. I have done so many different spiral staircase. We done under the sort of the lockdown, we all done the rainbow ones, done sort of different crystals ones. These are all 4mm crystals, but spiral staircases doesn't just have to be with 4mm crystals. They can be with like smaller crystals and maybe a seed bead either side of it as well. I love spiral staircase because it's a no-brainer stitch. You're doing the same thing over and over again, and you sort of just going up and up. This one is 3mm as well, and you can use, like this one is using like a larger crystal bead as the bottom, so you don't have to use toggles, or you don't have to use all sorts of different classes, but it's a really great stitch. So what I'm gonna ask you I'm gonna show you all the different samples. Oh, this one is a triple spiral staircase. I love this. I don't think we ever done a live with this. We might have done it in Bead Club, but I don't think we done a live with like sort of a double or triple spiral staircase. That one is a triple, this one is a triple as well. So maybe that was something what we could explore together. Then we done spiral staircase. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more so you can see more. Then we done spiral staircase with sort of using different sizes of crystals. So at the bottom we use larger crystals and sort of decreasing and increasing the size of the crystals towards the top. I really loved these design. I like the chariot design you did with the bugles. Yeah, I love that one as well. I like the spiral stitch. Do not got the hang of the Russian spiral. Perhaps we need to do more with the Russian spiral, and for more these ones with hex cuts. So this is spiral staircase as well, but these are with hex cut beads. I'm going to come back in a little bit so you can see it closer. So this one is with hex cut beads, and I think perhaps maybe we should try a spiral staircase with bugle beads, because it would look like very much like this, but obviously the bugles would be bigger on there. So that's a very good idea. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring up a page and jot down notes what we can, because you know me, I will forget what's happening with this. There we go. I'm just gonna put it in here. So spiral staircase with bugle beads. What other spiral staircase we should do, or what do you fancy? Now I have got this one. Actually, we got some seed bead mixes. This one is just a seed bead mix, and this one looks quite nice as well. So if you have got bits or pieces at home where you, like, you know, you have little bits of beads left over from a previous project, you can always mix it up and use it as well. Can you teach us how to do the triple spiral, please? I'll put that on the list as well. I have to, where's it gone now? I came off that page and then it just disappeared. Triple, I'm going to put down double as well. triple and double. I put it down because I think that would be. Then he's saying you did the spiral with the hex beads are live. Yeah, these ones just here. So I really do love this one. I got a sample here, which again using hex beads, but they are slightly larger hex beads. So these are size 11 here, and these ones size 8, and you got a little size 15 in between the hex as well. So just kind of like breaks it up differently. I love the sparkle on this one. I like the blue spiral, very pretty. This one or the triple one? Michelle, let me know which one you're referring to. This one with the mixed beads, I think that's a really nice one to do with a bead soup, any sort of bead soup. This one is like that as well. This is just seed beads, but you picked up in a sort of order. So you've got 3 different colors going around as well. So that's quite a nice one to do. So we got all sorts of different options. So I'm going to be moving on to the next tray, and then we see. Jenny's saying not done the triple spiral fill, not the triple one, the other one, the mixed one. Okay, so I'm going to put that on the list. Mixed bead spiral. I think with the mixed bead spiral, what would be nice to do is to do like not just mixed colors but mixed sizes as well. You can kind of put in there and just pick them up randomly and see. I have to experiment with that one. How's it gonna look like overall? Because I think, but sometimes less is more. So spiral. Next one is square stitch. So I kind of have got one for more bracelets, another one is more necklaces. So square stitch, Brenda did this for us, oh, I don't know, quite something ago, about a year ago. I did really enjoy this one. I think it was quite fun how she made it. Square stitch, this one is based on square stitch as well, because we got a square stitch backing and we got crystals on the front. Now we could do this with other beads as well, or have we done this with other beads? Have we done with pearl beads? Do let me know, because I don't know. We've done so many and not all the samples are here. This one is a square stitch bottom as well and crystals on the top. And again with this one is, oops, I'm dropping them, square stitch at the bottom, and we do have got chips on the top. So I think, like, you know, square stitch gives you a really nice base on its own, and I probably have more in the other trays as well. Sorry Rox, I need to come back a bit. She's just sitting there. She's just like, no problem. I'm just sitting here. I got more trays here as well and more samples. But I think we can do like 10 lives on these, the amount of samples I have here. So what do we think about square stitch? Janice is saying, love square stitch. Hello, I have been making the Anastasia necklaces. Love the St. Petersburg stitch. I love St. Petersburg as well. So I think we can experiment more with square stitch as well. This one is square stitch at the back, smaller beads, and just put crystals on the front of it. They're kind of just sort of bubbling up. This is a really nice technique as well, but you can decorate and add other bits of pieces on there as well. And this is another example of the chips ones as well, using chips. Why don't you do the money bracelet? Yeah, somebody else was mentioning the money bracelet the other day actually, and we were talking about, I think it was Brenda saying, because I think now that we have got like really nice gemstones, we could do sort of like a mixture of it. Right angle weave. I think we got a few trays with this one. So I really enjoyed, this one was one of the first kind of projects I did with right angle weave with the Czech pie polished and the 6mm pearls. Really straightforward, very nice and easy one to do. And then this one is kind of based on that, but taken a little bit further. So this one is hematite, and you got 4mm crystals in here with 2 sizes of seed beads. This was a very nice project. Did we do this, or did I just got a rogue sample here of this one? This is right angle weave as well, using 8mm pearl and just some seed beads and crystals. I only got one color here, so this might have been just a rogue sample, and maybe we can play more around with this one as well. We got microcrystals as well now, so we could perhaps do. Last time we did the money chain was 2020. Wow, that was quite some time ago. I have been making lots of simple necklaces with a bead bundle from Turtle Beads with unicorn, rainbow and frozen gems. Oh, bless you. I watched one of your tutorials and made some square stitch bracelet last week. Love them. I love square stitch. It's such a good stitch. Right, okay, so this is right angle weave. This one is based on right angle weave. I think this one was called Mia when we did it. I really love this one as well. I think this one we could do it with, instead of pearls, we could use some larger beads. I just like that sort of triangle stitch, what it creates in the middle. This one is not so shiny with the seed beads. And if you use the same seed beads for the side as well, then it would sort of create this V shape. Or like sort of zigzag weave going along. The reason we used the 2 color seed beads in there, so it was easily to identify which one need to go through and which one you need to, how you need to pick them up. Right, this one was right angle weave. I love this one. Let me just pop these ones back. I love this one as well. I can't remember what was this one. This one was called. I think this one was called Trixie, maybe, or Pixie. Trixie or Pixie, one or the other ones. I do love sort of how you can mix different sizes of glass beads and pearls and seed beads and doing the same pattern, but it's gonna look slightly differently as you introduce or do different things with it. So I really do love this one. That's the same color, but it's a different one. It's sort of like the pattern is slightly different as well. And this one was really popular as well. I love doing the Mia. Janice is saying, love Mia bracelets. I think your Mia was good. I'm going to put that on the list. So shall we say, let me click back in here. With other beads. Okay, cool. I'll put that on the list. So I love this one as well. I think this pattern is so versatile, right angle weave, and you can do so many different things with it. Right, then we did the Lucy bracelet, and I really love this one because it gives you such a it's hugs and kisses one, but it gives you a really nice focal point with the larger beads, and then you put the other beads around it. This one was done with miracle beads, but then of course it can be done with pearls and crystals and all sorts of different sizes, and it's used the 2.5 by 3.5 crystals, size 8 seed beads, 4mm miracle beads, and they are 10mm miracle beads, large ones. 10, yeah, they 10. I am. I know Diane was asking me about this the other day as well. Yeah, the 10mm miracle beads, the largest one in there. Mia with crystals. Yeah, we'll try that one. Evening, Julie. Nice to see you. Yeah. The Aurelia bracelet was another nice one to make. Which one was the Aurelia? I have to quickly pop that in because we given we given so many different names to think sometimes like I remember the stitch, but I don't remember the name so much. So let me just pop it in the search bar there and see which one was that one. Yes, that one was based on square stitch as well, and then we did put crystals and pearls on the top, 4mm ones. That one was really nice to do as well because it's sort of quite easy, and I like to do 2-layered bracelets as well because I think it just gives depth to everything as well. The Lydia not done in 2020 yet. So this one was the Lydia one, wasn't it? I think. Was this one called Lydia? Is this the one you mean? But definitely we can, like, this is the thing. There is no new stitches really under the sun. It's just you using different beads and different combinations, and that's what makes it look really nice. So this one was, this is the Trixie. This is what I'm doing on Friday, and we're gonna jazz it up with some pearls as well. So, and actually I'll leave these ones out. So again, this one is just using the same crystals, doing the same stitch, but by using different colors again, is it makes it look like really elegant. I'm actually gonna leave these out. Then this again is the same technique, sort of just looping around. I really love doing these ones with the microcrystals and these pearls because I think it was very different from the norm, and I think they looked really, really good. I really enjoyed playing around with this one. And sometimes when you're just using 2 different beads in a bracelet or a necklace, it just makes it look like really nice. So I can't remember what we called this one, but I really loved doing these ones as well. And then, oh, this is the with the purple beads. This one again, very similar technique. You have to go around a couple of sort of rounds before you moved on to the next unit. And because they were angled, instead of sewing together 4 beads, we were sewing together 3 beads, but exactly the same techniques. And then we filled in the sides with the crystals as well. I've made the trivia with pearls and crystals. You mean the Trixie trivia? Yes, I did. Like, there's other colors here as well. I really enjoyed this one as well. And we often forget, like, this is one of the things what I think it's really hard for us designers, because you always want to do something new, and you always want to do like all sorts of different nice things, but kind of forget that what you've done before, and forget, like, you know, they looked really good as well. And you know, sometimes revisiting project is just as great, because when you do something in 1 year and then you look at it a year later or a couple of years later as well, you come with a different pairs of eyes because you learned other techniques since, and other beads came out on the market. I really love doing, I think we did this, I did this for the Bead Club maybe a couple of years ago. This is right angle weave as well. So I really, really love this one as well, using 8mm, 6mm, 5 and 4mm crystals, sort of creating those little flowers. This one is right angle weave as well, just with playing with sort of rice pearls, and even making a little bead out of it for the closure. This one was really good as well. I think, oh yeah, here we go. I did one with, like, when I sewn crystals on the top as well. I really like this one as well. I remember doing this, and we were driving to Hungary, and I was like stitching it in the car. So it was quite some time ago. This one was a right angle weave as well, very similar technique, because you're going around in circles as well and just adding the different size beads on the top. So that's that one. I got netting one. I'm just gonna grab a couple out. So this one, I loved this one, and I think it would be worth to work this out with different beads, because it's such an easy pattern to do, such an easy one to follow, but really, really beautiful, and very nice to kind of work with. I'm gonna grab another one out of this one as well. Ooh, the blue one looks really nice. I think we did this for Bead Club. This one where we created sort of a netted back, and then we sewn the crystals on the front of it. I really enjoyed doing this one as well, and it's such a pretty sort of very sparkly bracelet to wear. More like sort of a ribbon cuff like as well. So enjoyed that one. Then moving along, I got Diane's gonna know these ones because she helped us to make them up. This was oh god, when was this? A couple of years ago as well, but really enjoyed sort of it's a very beautiful stitch, and they do look like sort of, if you turn them and you look at them that way, they do look like little trees as well. So it's a really beautiful stitch one to do. So it's I got St. Petersburg here. I got double St. Petersburg. Enjoyed doing the Diane. Yeah, I got double St. Petersburg here as well. This is a very beautiful stitch as well, and it wears very well as well. Maybe we could revisit this one and do something with this, because I think it would be worth to have a look at this one. Such a pretty little thing. So I'm gonna pop actually these to the side. Have we done this? Have we done this as a live? Anybody remembers? I know we did it in Bead Club, but I don't think I did it as a live. I'm gonna pop these to the side and investigate tomorrow. And I got this. I remember this was the first stitch we did in Bead Club. I didn't have the crystals, so I just used seed beads. Love St. Petersburg stitch, Lauren is saying. I like the St. Peter stitch too. Just Bead Club. Okay, so I put you on the side and perhaps do some variation for a live. This one was one of the original ones I did. I think I did this for the USB a long time ago. This one's using the tile beads and just really bonding that, but it's based on St. Petersburg stitch. We did this. And again, I think this one we only did it for Bead Club as well. I can't remember what we did where. To be honest, I really can't, because we've been doing so many different things. So this one based on St. Peter's stitch as well. And you kind of sort of just creating. You're coming down with the crystals. Oh, that's twisted. Coming down with the crystals. And just kind of adding sort of, as you go up, shorter and shorter kind of little ends to it. Very nice one to wear as well. I don't know why those necklaces are in my bracelet stash, but perhaps we got some. It's not like peyote stitch. Oh, I need to show you this. This was one of the very first bracelets I did. This is older than Lucy, and Lucy is 16 years old. I really kind of like enjoy it. So it's a peyote stitch base, and then kind of sewing other beads on the top like a wine, and doing a little decoration on the side of it. I really enjoyed that one. And this one is a double drop peyote, and this one was the very first bracelets I made. Again, older than Lucy, maybe even like 18 years old. And I was really into sort of using beads, because when you as class, because when you have something plain, I think it's really nice to use a larger crystal or something as a feature rather than using a clasp on the side. So this one has got 3 on there, and let me just lock it in. And then sort of that would be your kind of like a decoration on the top. That's pretty, maybe that could be explored. You mean this one? I love herringbone, Diane is saying. Right, okay, so moving on. We did double drop peyote. This one's double drop peyote as well, but with the cube beads. And we did double drop peyote not that long ago as well. Oh, freeform peyote, like they're not kind of like freeform, but this one's like using all sorts of different sizes. So it's kind of, I have got a freeform peyote bracelet somewhere. I don't know, I can't see, it's not here, but I have to kind of get it out. I love things like this, and these are, I think, just cheapy seed beads. So I think they're just Chinese seed beads because they don't look regular at all. But something like this is really great to do. You sort of run up and down on the length of the bracelets, and you go from 8, 11, 8, 6, 6, 8, 6, 6, 8, 11, 8, 6, 6. So you just sort of go up and down in the sizes as you go along, and it's just kind of like gives you like an organic look. If this one was made with Tohos or any more regular beads, I think it could look better. But sometimes when you have got irregular seed beads like this, it's like it just looks organic, because it's all sorts of different. This one was a variation, the little star. We did this in BeadClub. This one is, I think they're double delicas. They're larger size ones, and we need smaller ones as well. This was a little purse I made, oh my god, ages ago. That's supposed to be an orchid on the front, little beaded purse. So we did, this one is peyote as well, did beaded bails in the past. This one is peyote stitch. I really enjoyed doing this one, and this is sort of scaling up and down in sizes with the seed beads. I'm just gonna grab another one for you. Which one should I? That probably will show up better, the gold one. This one was a lovely project. We did. I really enjoyed this one. I actually want to explore this and maybe do it with super duos. So that's, I'll put that on the list. Oh, thank you, Janice. You're so talented. I tried. I just got so much to show and so much to share over the years. We did beaded beads with super duos in the middle and seed beads on the side. I got quite a few of these ones, and these are covering a just a wooden bead. There's a gold one there as well. There's quite a few more, but I'm not going to grab all of them out. This one was a lovely project to do as well. You start in the middle and then you work either side down. What else have we got here? There's so much, but if I get everything out from every trade, we will be here until tomorrow. Right, next one is herringbone. So herringbone, we have got quite a bit of samples here. So just to put you in a can, that's how I kind of like keep the samples in like little half tray, and that half tray goes in, let me just zoom out so you can see, sort of a bigger tray as well, and that's how it's stored in a cupboard. So with this one we have got so many different ones. I do like flat herringbone as well, and there is more of this one. I'm sure there is more in the other trays as well. And we did herringbone with other. I love doing this one, just exploring all the different colors with they are size 8, these are size 11. So this one is just a 4 bead herringbone, sort of going around a tubular shape. And what I love about this one is such a chain like that this is great for any pendants you make. Still have this to do. Which one is that? Janice, which one do you have still to do? So this one is done with hex cuts, the same sort of herringbone, but can you see like how different it is because the shape of the bead is different? Let me just get a similar color next door to it. So it makes it a little bit different as well. And you can see the herringbone more in the little hex cut beads rather than the round seed beads. And you can do all sorts of different things. This one is 2 colored. So like for two bead is one color and the other side is the other color, and as it spirals around, because with this one you can do straight or you can spiral it around as well. There's so many different options. We did flat ones as well. I love doing these with the little ends, again because you just kind of like create like a ribbon-like structure. This one is a very old one. I did this again. I think this might be older than Lucy. And these are just sort of delicate beads, and sort of each row you just do a different color. I really love this one. I am making one with triangle beads. Oh, Tracy, do send me a photo. I love to see that. Have done the herringbone with the microcrystal. I love to see that, Janet, as well. Please send me a photo so I can have a look. Then we've done this in all sorts of different. There is a 5-1, just the herringbone itself. We used herringbones with these are, I wanted to say bricks, but they're not bricks, they're not beams. The beams got bars. They're bars. The Czech bar beads. And I really love doing these ones as well. These are super jewels and these are bar beads. Let me just show you another bar one. I'll show you the blue one, so that probably shows up better. So this one can be still herringbone, but obviously doing it with 2-hole beads, and it gives you this really nice chevron a sort of structure. We did this, I think we did this for the Bead Club as well. This was a double wraparound bracelets. For this one you go from 4-bead herringbone down to 2-bead herringbone, and you add the crystal in, and you go back to 4-bead herringbone as well. So that was quite some time ago. Can't send photos on YouTube, so if you just send it to me on Messenger. That's probably the easiest to do. If you find me on Messenger, then you can send it to me. We did a snake stitch, and we redid the snake stitch with larger beads as well. I did the triple snake stitch with these are gemstone beads, but the original was done with pearls. There's a triple one, and then you can do this singly, doubly, or triply, or however you like it. I really do love this. This is kind of like a variation of right angle weave as well. I love with these larger ones with the crystals. I think they all look so pretty. I have done the super jewel herringbone with Alicia. Yeah. What about doing 2 or 3 bead twisted herringbone? What about doing 2 or 3 bead twisted herringbone? Yeah. Do you mean doing 2, like picking up 2 beads at a time, or do you mean like just 2 or 3 bead? I think we've done a 3 bead herringbone for Bead Club, maybe the beginning of this year. All right, more right angle weave here. Oh, I love this one. So this one was the original Hugs and Kisses. I think I did this one first. No, actually this one I did first, which is very similar technique with the large crystals and the pearls. This is over 10 years old. I think I did it a very, very long time ago. And this was the second one. And if I show you the bracelet of it as well, which was this. Again, I really loved just using different sizes of pearls and different sizes of crystals in the making as well. There is many different color-wise here, but they're all the same. So I'm gonna, this one was with opaline glass beads as well. So that one was really good. To do, probably that doesn't show up that well because it's very light in color, and you can use the same technique to do earrings as well if you've got different sizes of pearls available to you. This one was modified right angle weave. I think we called this the Lily. Again, I think this was quite some time ago when we did it. I really enjoyed this one, and we even did it with glass beads as well, because kind of like what you put underneath it, it doesn't really matter so much because you're going to be covering the top up. And I did one where the top was slightly different, but I can't. Oh, there we go, I found one. So this one and that one is exactly the same, but let me just get the blue one, because then that's the same. So they're both exactly the same technique, but because you added different decoration on the top, it's kind of like slightly looks different when you wear it as well. And it's just one little thing, like, you know, here we did like sort of X's, and here you just kind of like doing one part of the X all the way along, and it creates the chevron pattern. I have done the Alicia bracelet. They are pretty also. Sue's saying thank you. Right, okay, so Moving along from hugs and kisses, let me just pop these back. Oh, we did this. I think this one was a live, like a creation station live. Just sort of doing all the different miracle beads going in. I think this was in the lockdown as well when I did that quite some time ago. I need to go back. I'm hoping there's no dog behind me. So putting that one back. Right, there's the edges in that one. So, moving on to, I'm gonna grab a couple of trays out. Moving on to here. Oh my gosh. We did so many, and there's more of this in the other drawers as well. But we did so many with sort of 2-hole beads that like really done a lot of different things with these ones. And I really like exploring with 2-hole beads because you can create so many lovely patterns with them. And they bind, because they got 2 holes, they bind the kind of the pattern together as you're making it up. I love this one as well. I think this one did came from a creation station. We played around with it and then applied more and made the pattern up. But there is so many. There's just so many different ones to play about with, and there's so many different things to make. I really loved this one. This one is one of the older kits as well. This one was called Henna. So again, it gives you that really nice chevron pattern as you pick up the super jewels themselves. So they're super jewels as well. This one was the Arcos beads. And then I can't remember what them beads called, the miracle beads in the middle. I really enjoyed this one as well. We got check bricks. This one was a great one to do. Again, that chevron pattern. So many to choose from, it absolutely. And I got trays and trays and trays. And look, the difference. I played around with this. So this one is using kind of like larger pearls and crystals on the side, and this one is just using seed beads. And the difference, just by changing the beads on the side, like very much. You can see it's very much. This one looks like very much like a zip, I think, and this one is like, you know, it's all like you just change one bead in there and then it's completely different. Oh, I love this one. This one is a beaded chain with the check bar beads again, and like you kind of like create, you loop into the previous loops and it just creates this beautiful pattern. I love doing that one as well. But there is so many. I got so many that like when you think let's design something new, it's like, well, define new because you got so many already. Right, I got cabs and cabochons here. This one is covering a hematite disc. This one we did, I can't remember what we called, but I really enjoyed doing these pendants. Did so many different colors as well with this one. I love pendants because you can wear them like, you know, in all sorts of different things. And actually I was going to do a hematite pendant, one. Let me just pull. My problem is that I have all these ideas, and if I don't write it down or if I don't make a list, I kind of just sort of forget it. and then once I forgot it, like, you know, 2 months down the line, it's like so hard to remember. We did this in so many different colors as well. I really enjoyed this project. We did this one is mini duos with crystals, and these are the Rivolis. These one again a different technique. So this was sort of herringbone and square stitch mixture to cover it that way. And then look, there's one where it's all sort of linked up again, doing the same cup, just covering the ribbon in. Let me show you this one. This one was really beautiful as well. I really enjoyed it. And the good thing about when you do something like this, that you can do them one by one and then link them together at a later stage or later date. So this one is a really sort of project like this are really good to do. Could we do more earrings with bead waving? Yeah, absolutely. I think I think we don't do enough earrings because I don't know, my go-to sort of technique is go to be that do bracelets. Like bracelets are my thing, but I think we need to do more earrings. This one was another one as well, sort of linking them together in a different way. There's so many in here. There's so many in here. Let me just pop these back. Oh, the stars. We did this for... Did I do this as a live? Or was this BeadClub? Do let me know. We did like a star pendant using a Rivoli and then just using crystals in a couple of sizes in there. And seed beads. I think there's 2 sizes of seed beads in there as well. Or maybe they're just 11s. We did pendants like this, covering the cabochons. This one is a mixture of sort of peyote stitch and all sorts of different. I love this one. Again, this is the 2-tone one. I loved creating this one. This one has got like a peyote base, and then you add things on the side of it as well. There's another color. I love this one. I think that things like these are just so pretty. I'm the same, so many bracelets. Michelle is saying fabulous, thank you. I really loved these ones. I love the 2-tone crystal in them, the 2-tone crystal cap in them. And then of course we did like smaller pendants like that as well, where we just sort of have to create a little drop on the top. Just popping these back. This one is choco-block, this straw. There's so many different colors, and we did the cabochons, the Everbloom cabochons as well. I really, really love rings. There's a ring in here as well. Using those. Again, it's the same, very similar technique. And with this one, we did so many different colorways, and there are different designs. They are really good ones to do. There's larger ones or smaller ones. We did smaller ones as earrings, but again, it's the same design. It's sort of kind of like you net around the cabochon itself, because it's 2 kind of like cabochons glued together with the flowers in the middle of it, and they are real flowers. You have got a ridge. Here is this one where I just and actually I glued these on in the end. For like I did not like glued it, but like I added a bit of glue inside the ridge to be like sort of extra secure that it's not going to slide off of it as well, because there's a ridge between the 2 cabs just there. And we did wire wrapping around it as well. There's so many different ways you can use something and have and anybody will look at it, like everybody has got a different pair of eyes and will come up with different ideas as well. So, hold on. Have to make sure it goes back in. Right. Next one. Right, I'm gonna take 3 trays out and come with it. So we did Coralline quite a bit, and this is not all the Coralline samples I have, because I have got some brass as well. I got like, this is what I'm showing you today. It's only a fraction of like what's in the tray, and it's probably maybe I don't know, 20% of all the samples I have. I love doing Coralline, and I love so you start off with like sort of a right angle bit in the middle, and you can do it in all sorts of different ways. You can just have a little bit, or you can have sort of a larger length as well to it. I love mixing a couple of colors and adding crystals or pearls to the end, because I think it just gives that very natural and very organic look to it. So I really do love creating things like that. We did it with stone chips as well. There is a whole necklace. This one is just done. I think this one was alive. So we just done it on a single a single line of seed beads and we added the Coralline bits to it. I think this would be worth the video again because I really enjoyed this project, and I think, let me just zoom out a little bit, I think it's a really nice one to do. And what I love about the most about this, when you're wearing it as you move around, you have this little bit of a jingling effect with the chips themselves as they're rubbed together. This one is just seed beads. This one is 1,000,000 years old. There is no rhyme or reason of like how many you pick up there, but you just kind of like judge it by eye. So the longest one in the middle is probably about 6 inches long, and then as you go up, you make them shorter and shorter to create like a beautiful V shape. These are great for the summer, but something like this is great in the winter too, because if you got something you can wear over a jumper, because it's equally nice and big. This one, another one, sort of in between one, not a V shape, but more of a rounded shape. There we go, where you just kind of like have a waterfall effect on the front of it. My first kit was the Arcos bracelet, Janice is saying. Lori, my Coralline stone chip set gets compliments and it's lovely to wear. So this is the thing, like, what new things do we want to do when we got all of these things here? Like pendants coming up, back to pendants. In the next tray. So again, we done so many. I do like, I'm going to be zooming back in a bit, I do like simpler pendants like this when it's very easy to make. We did like the little diamonds. Did we do this in Bead Club or did I do this as a live? I really can't remember. This is not cubic right angle weave, but you could do this with cubic right angle weave. But the way how I did it, you do 2 flat pieces and then you sew them, you zip them together. So it's an easier way. We did, that was, I don't know, quite some time ago, bead embroidery. Again, this one, I think this is Sarah did it as a live a long time ago, just sort of do a cage for a larger crystal. I think that was really little fun little pendant to do. We made stuff with the little, and Laura's going to be doing something with them later on in the summer, those beads, but we did all sorts of different ones with these. These was again a larger version of that, but sort of using a large, or like sort of, this one you only got 1 seed bead in between. This one you have got 2 seed beads in between, so you can create larger loops, so therefore the pendant becomes bigger as well. Then I'm just going to pop these back. We did these not long ago. I love these ones with the Amos beads. I really like, you know, when I designed this, at one point I need to find it, because I do keep the little snippets when I'm going to design something and I put it to the side. At one stage I wanted something really flat, so it sits kind of like against your skin, but one stage it did look like a pine cone. So if I wanted to do a beaded pine cone, then I got the blueprint for it. We did these as well. I love doing these on the frames, because when you're stitching onto the frame, it's just really easy. It's like you're working from outside inwards, and most of the time when you do pendants, sometimes you work from inside out, and sometimes you work from the outside going inwards as well. I enjoy those as well. There's loads of different colors ones here as well in this tray. I really enjoyed. I think these are hematite beads, so I'm not sure. I think this one was alive. There's all sorts of different colors, and I love this sort of star effect you get on the outside as well. Maybe towards Christmas we could do some little pendants, because pendants like that, they don't take long to make, and then within maybe 20 minutes you got a pendant to give somebody. So this one is sort of netting, because you sort of, oh no, this one is based on the Mia. So the Mia, which we had the bracelet, sort of the right angle weave with the triangle. So this one is the same technique as that one, because you create you create sort of your middle row with your pearls and your seed beads, and then you add bits on the outside, and you add different ones at the top, and like sort of these ones I did, I think, in BeadClub. I can't remember, but I really love doing these ones as well. There's quite a few colorways of that one there. This one is again a very, I can't remember what we call this, but again it's a very, one of the first kits we did, I think, a very long time ago, and I got quite a few different colors of this one here. A right angle weave base sort of cage, and then you have got a little pendant on the bottom. Diane is saying BeadClub, cool. I don't know, like, because done so many, like one going into another. That goes there. Not much in there. I'm gonna show you this, because this is, oh no, we did something similar a couple of weeks ago when we played around with the chips, and I got another idea for that one as well to do. I don't think I'm gonna be doing it with chips, but I got a very good idea for that one to do. And this one was a lariat I did for BeadClub. You go in like tubular netting. Again, I got so many different samples of this one as well. I'm just gonna go show you a couple. I love tubular netting. Zooming back out a bit, because it's such an easy stitch. You either add larger beads or the smaller beads as you go around, and you can use so many different sizes. Got them on the USB. Tracy is saying, yeah, there is like, I did so many things in so many places. Sometimes it's hard to remember. So something like this is a really nice, this one, what I love about this, that we got 8mm pearls, then is sort of tapered down to 6mm, then it goes down to 5mm, then it goes down to 4mm, and the very end is 3mm, so you get the graduation look with it as well. Right, okay, so that's just another one. That's a very old one. Oh, the earring ones I'm not even gonna get out. I got candle holders here as well. So we did the candle holders we did today. This one was one of the original candle holders I did. I don't know, maybe 2-3 years ago. There's a smaller and the larger version, but this one is sort of right angle beads, and then you add the bits on the top. Right, so we are finished with 20% of the samples. I really need to go through all of these, because I need to, when I move, and I'm going away next week, but when I'm back, I'm gonna come back to the other screen. When I'm back, I'm gonna be moving, so hopefully by middle of August, and I really need to go through all of these samples. And there are the Russian spirals. There's so much more on the top there. In this sort of whole cupboard is full of samples that what we're gonna do, and what we remember to press the like. Also, thank you very much for reminding. I always forget. Every single like, every single share really helps the channel to grow, and you know, it's sharing the love for the craft, because that's why we all here, because we all love beading, and we all love creating, and we all love just sort of tinkering with all the different craft materials we have at home. So I'm gonna leave you at this for tonight. I am not sure if I will be able to do one next week. I'm still here next Wednesday, but leaving Friday morning, so I'm gonna be super busy next week to unpacking of the house, and unpacking. I need to pack for Hungary as well, because I'm gonna be out there for 4 weeks. I'm really looking forward to go and spend some time with my mum, and Lucy's coming out with me, and then she's gonna fly back, and then Christopher's gonna fly out, and he's gonna drive back with me. So I'm gonna have 8 days on my own. I'm gonna do probably a little bit of work, and I'm taking beads with me. And I'm gonna be tinkering in the evenings in the garden, because the evenings are quite nice and warm. They're just sort of to sit there and do some bits of pieces. But if if I'm not too pressed for time, next week on Wednesday I'm going to continue, and I'm going to show you probably another 20% of samples, because I really need your comments. I really need you to tell me what you like and what you don't like and what you want to learn. And you know, because otherwise, you know, there is so many things we could do. The possibilities endless, but I really want to show you the techniques or use the beads what you want me to show for you, or what you would like to learn. Thank you, Kitty, for sharing your makes and designs. Oh, you are very, very welcome. Sending you love, Kitty. Or thank you. Like to your mom. Have a great break. Already pressed like. Oh, thank you very much. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, by end of August, I will be in the new house, and I will set the new office up. And I'm so lucky. Well, I don't know. I have looked at the floor plans and I measured up my units, and I will be able to get 4 new units in. So more room for bead storage and sample storage, and more room too for craft beads and craft, not just beads, but like, you know, all sorts of craft material bits. So I'm really excited about that one. Right, everybody have a beautiful evening, and I see you very, very moved my house last week. Oh, bless you. How is it? Because I'm dreading it. Like, we're going to be living out of boxes for months until we get everything sorted. Right, everybody, have a good evening, and I see you very, very soon. Bye, everybody.